He could copy over 1,000 jutsus, but he could never copy peace. Beneath the mask of Kakashi lies not a hero, but a haunted memory. A man who saw everything, except salvation. Who taught others to live, while forgetting how to live himself. This is not a tale of power. This is a requiem for a soul that never healed. Stay if you dare to witness the pain of the copy ninja, the man who mastered every technique, except happiness. He copied over 1,000 jutsus, but not once. Not once did he copy a smile. Kakashi, the shinobi who moved like a shadow, fought like a storm, and lived like a ghost. To the world, he was a genius, a prodigy who could mimic the strongest jutsus in a blink. But beneath the mask was a man who bore 1,000 scars and wore a silence heavier than death. People admired his skills. They called him the copy ninja, the man who had seen and remembered more techniques than books in the library of Konoha. But what they never understood was, Kakashi didn't copy jutsus because he wanted to. He copied because it was the only thing left for him to do. He mimicked others because his own path had vanished long ago, buried under the rubble of falling comrades, broken promises, and the blood of people he once called family. Imagine carrying the Sharingan, a gift from a dying friend, a gift that never lets you forget. Every time he saw through it, he wasn't just analyzing chakra. He was watching Obito die, again and again. The eyes showed him everything, except how to unsee pain, except how to see himself as someone worth saving. Kakashi was not a man who lived, he endured. He drifted through life, hollow-eyed, covered in shadows. His mask wasn't just fabric, it was a dam holding back the flood of emotions he never allowed himself to feel. The world asked him to be strong, so he became stone. They needed a leader, so he became a shell. But who was there when he needed saving? He stood over Reen's body with blood on his hands, not from an enemy, but from her. The girl he couldn't protect, the smile he couldn't return. She threw herself onto his blade, and from that moment, Kakashi never drew it again without tasting sorrow. Every mission after that was just a replay of failure in new costumes. He trained children like Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, and perhaps for a moment, just a moment, he thought he could change fate. But how do you teach light when you yourself are drowning in the dark? How do you give love when you've forgotten what it feels like to be loved? Kakashi didn't train Team 7 to be stronger. He trained them to survive what he never could. Not war, not enemies, but the silence that follows when everyone you love is gone. He walked like a soldier, but dreamed like a poet, secretly wishing someone would notice that the bravest man in the village was also the loneliest. Kakashi's strength was never in the jutsus he copied. It was in the pain he carried and never passed on. In a world obsessed with power, he was the quiet rebellion, proof that you could master every technique and still be empty. They called him cold, distant. But no one ever asked what it costs a man to keep a village safe while burying the parts of himself that wanted to scream. His mask never came off in public, not because of vanity, but because beneath it was the last piece of his identity, the only piece he hadn't surrendered. His face held the story of a boy who grew up too fast, who buried his friends too young, and who learned too late that you can't copy peace. He could mimic the rhythm of another's breath, replicate chakra patterns, even anticipate the twist of fate in battle. But happiness, that was never something he could steal. It had to be built, and for Kakashi, the blueprint was lost long ago. So when people call him the copy ninja, remember, he never copied out of pride. He copied to survive. And perhaps, if you look closely in the silence between battles, in the stillness of his gaze, you'll see not a man of 1,000 jutsus, but a child who never got to grow old. In a world drowning in noise, only the silent are truly heard. If Kakashi's pain echoed something inside you, then you've already taken the first step into the shadows we explore here. This channel isn't just for stories, it's for souls like yours. Subscribe for more untold truths, more broken heroes, and the philosophies they left behind. And tell me, whose pain should we uncover next? Drop their name below. I'll be watching from the dark.